Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hey, Scott.
What's up, people?
Hey,
Hey,
Scott.
we're just ready to get started here, and I'm going to introduce Amber. So if everybody can please mute your line there, so we don't get background noise or typing or whatever. So Amber Scott is now Amber Snow, but we all know her from being Amber Scott, and she's a 7-star diamond, Success Club 10 legend. She's a top 10 coach, I think, in 2013. She's a 3-time elite coach, and one of the most amazing things about her is she was the #1 in challenge pack sales for 19 weeks straight. So I remember, I think when they first came out, I would hear her name on the national coach call every single week. So it was, I was glad that I finally got to meet her. And, I thought that I would invite her on this call, and hopefully she can give some tips on how she sells challenge packs and hits Success Club and uses social media and whatever else she wants to talk about. So Amber, you can take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Greg. Thank you guys for having me. Bear with me. I'm a little bit sick, so I might sound fussy, but hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So I have all of these things to say because Greg just was like, talk about what you want. And I was like, okay, well, tell him to get comfortable. Why
do I have the volume?
What? Steven's having trouble. There he goes. So I basically just brought everything back to networking or building a network and then using it. Because I feel like for the most part, we build on social media. I'll touch a little bit on in-person stuff, but for the most part, social media is how I build. So first thing first, why do you need to continue to build your network? So if anybody's like new or maybe Emerald or below on the call, these are usually the coaches that have the hardest time understanding why they have to talk to the person in the grocery store or add someone to their Facebook that they don't really know that well, who might see a picture of their dog or whatever, and they want to keep it private, right? So why do you need a network at all? How I always explain it to my newer coaches is that you have a savings account and you are making deposits into that savings account. If you guys have ever planned a vacation or some large expense for a few months away and then gotten to that point and you didn't put the money away. You didn't put the $1 a day, you didn't put the $20 a week, you didn't put the money away. And what happens? You either don't get to go, you put on a credit card and put yourself in debt, or you're scrambling and maybe you're doing something drastic to get the money, like borrowing it or something like that from wherever. So the same thing happens when you are building your business. You start out with a number of contacts, and that's the number of people you already know. And of course, you should invite all of them to something right away, like something free, etc. However, what's going to happen is you're going to run out of people that you already know. If you get to the point where you've invited every single person that you know and you don't have any more people, there's no one else with eyes on your posts. There's no one else paying attention to your journey. There's no one else. You are going to be one of those coaches that says, oh yeah, I gave that a try. It didn't work for me. And what happened was you never built your network. You never put any money into your savings account. You didn't get to go on your vacation because when you looked up and went, okay, who do I ask now? There was nobody left. There was nobody in your savings account. So how I consider it is you should be adding 2 to 3 people to your Facebook every single day, and additionally to your Instagram or your Pinterest or wherever else you're choosing to build. Also your email list, whatever you're doing. I'm not saying there's any one particular way. I build a lot of places. Whatever you're doing needs to be getting incrementally larger every single day so that your savings account is full when you're ready to go on your vacation, so that you can make Success Club 10 when you go to make Success Club 10 3 months from now. Sort of a long-term vision when it comes to networking. I think that sometimes we lose focus on that. I also think that sometimes we are confused about what your network is for. And a lot of times coaches feel like my job is to get everyone in my network to say yes to working with me. My job is to get all of them on Shakeology They should ban every other item from their home. They should only work out to our DVDs, and they should just be loyalists, and it should be amazing, and they're all going to be on my team, all 10,000 people, right? So maybe you're looking at your friends list and you have 500 people, 1,000 people right now. It is not your job to get 1,000 people to say yes to you from your friends list, from your network that you already have. That's not what you're doing. Your job is to sort through them so you can find who needs your help. So it's not convince 1,000 people. It's talk to 1,000 people to find the ones that need your help. And that little mind shift can make a big difference in your confidence and your ability to deal with rejection. Because not, oh, they said no. It's like, no, they weren't one of the people. I have categories. I have categories of no, maybe later, right? And yes. And all you're looking for is, okay, who's my next yes? And sorry, you guys. Husband is he's watching TV out there. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say, to me, my network is a funnel. So when I have my Facebook page, I have, over the last 4 years, I've slowly, 1 follower at a time, 3 or 5 followers a day, built it to around 60,000 people. That's the top of the funnel, okay? My Instagram, not so much. It doesn't have, I don't know, a few thousand people that's been building. And sorry, I'm texting my husband, tell him to shut up. Okay, so what's next is my email list. Maybe 10,000 of those 60 people are on my email list. 60,000 people are on my email list, right? And then next is my free offer. So maybe they got the, whoever's answering their phone, we can hear you. If your phone number ends in 5256, we can hear you. Just so you know.
So, because Dad was going to stay for the doctor. Is there someone you can get a ride home with?
Julia.
Or do I need to come down and pick you up?
Julia, we can hear you. No? Okay, we can wait for Julia's conversation. Greg, do you know how to mute the individual participants? There we go. Sweet. So, oh shit, what was I saying, you guys? Oh, my funnel. So then the next part of my funnel is going to be something free. I do a happiness challenge. I do a finance challenge. I've done a rock the bedroom challenge, which is girls only. I've done a free 5-day challenge, etc. And when I pick a challenge that I want to do, I pick something that I want to hold myself accountable to, or that I know how to do, that I could teach, that would be relatively easy to figure out. It doesn't take a lot of work, but it's just a way for us to be together and build a relationship. So that's the next part of the funnel. And then the funnel gets a little smaller, and those are my paid challengers, smaller, my coaches, discount coaches, whatever. And then the smallest, of course, your rock stars on your team. So I have this big picture for my network. I know why I need it, right? I know sort of what my purpose is, and that's to find the people, and I know how to funnel them through. However, you can't do any of those things unless you have some basic skills on how to present yourself and how to interact on social media, as well as how to promote what it is that you're offering. So that's actually what I'm going to talk about. I just wanted to give you the context of what I think a network is and how I feel like it should be used in order to maximize all of this. So I always tell people there's 2 parts to your social media presence. One is be interested, and the other is be interesting. Just being interesting is cool, but it doesn't connect you with anybody. It gets you a lot of followers or fans or whatever, but if you don't have a connection, they're not going to take action with you because they're not going to feel close to you. They're not going to feel like they can relate to you. Being just interested is cool, like if you're just like forming people all the time and all that, but that's very time consuming. They're not going to be naturally attracted to you and want to work with you just because of how awesome you are if you're not putting anything out there that's awesome, right? So on the be interested side, that is where I really recommend that you guys get focused on who you're spending your time kind of getting to know and paying attention to. So I do recommend that you guys join some groups of interests that are not fitness related. To give you an example, I am in some Seahawks groups. I'm born and raised Seattle, right? I'm in some wine groups because who doesn't like wine? I am in some paleo groups because I do eat paleo for the most part. So recipe swaps, things like that. All right, those are probably my 3 biggest categories, actually. I'm in groups about that. And I don't just go in there and be like, hey, you guys want to join my group? No, I go and I be interested in people. When people post something about one of the Seahawks players, we got a new Seahawks player, we're traded whoever from the Eagles, or traded whoever to the Eagles, excuse me. I just go in there and I read the article and I talk about it with them. Not like, I don't have all day. I'm sure you don't either. Not like all day, right? But like, that took me 3 minutes. How much random crap do I look at on the internet? A lot. I can go and read that. And then this person is interacting with me. Do that a couple of times, I can send a friend request and it's not weird. Because I'm being interested in them. On their turf, in things that they're interested in. It just happens to be common. That I do think that you should set up interest lists. So interest lists on Facebook, you can just Google how to make an interest list. I'm not going to give you a lesson. I have probably 60. And I have them broken down into like potential coaches, the interest in a free challenge, interest in my finance challenge, my actual challengers, my coaches. I have all these lists. And at any time I want, I can click on that list and my whole news feed will only be people that are on that list, which allows me to focus in on who I want, which brings me to my point. So if you have the list, you can create what I call as a forming schedule. For those of you guys who don't know forming, it's family, occupation, recreation, and message. What I would recommend is that you take maybe 10 people each week that you're interested in working with, but haven't known enough yet to just flat out invite them. You haven't built a rapport or anything. And make a schedule. Monday is these 3 people, Tuesday is these 3 people, Wednesday is these 3 people, right? And then cycle through it. So Monday, I'm going to talk to my first 3 people, and I'm going to look for something either that we have in common from a family, occupation, or recreation standpoint. So I'm going to be like, how adorable are your kids' Halloween costumes? My kids are going as this Halloween. That's a really seasonal answer or example, but you get the point. I'm going to look for something that is relevant to them. If you see them, they're talking about their job. Oh, what do you do? Them talking about themselves. Oh, that's cool. I do this. That's so different from what you do. Wow, I could never do what you do. Or, oh, that's just like what I do. And you'll find there aren't actually that many occupations in the world. Like they kind of all clump together, like the helping people section and the numbers section, things like that. And then recreation. Maybe you see them they're doing something fun. I don't know. They're at karaoke and you're like, I could never karaoke. Like, that's so cool. What song did you do? Whatever. Make actual conversation. At the bottom of this, like if I teach you nothing else, act like a human being. Like be a human. That's the key. So interact with them, but do it in a schedule so that you don't forget. And then the people on Monday, come back to them on Thursday. Find something else. Maybe you already talked about recreation. Talk about family now. Find some other things to come in together with them that you guys can either relate to or at least have a conversation about so that it's not weird when you deliver the message. And remember what I said about the funnel? To me, I don't know how you guys do your thing on your team, so I'm just going to say this, but to me, the message would be inviting them to something free first. That would be my message is, hey, I'm doing this free 5-day challenge. I don't even know if you're working on that, but we've been chatting and I thought of you. Like, would you be interested? That way, there's no tension there. And then you invite them to something free, and then obviously in the free group, they get a taste of it, and that's where you're going to ask for the sale and things like that. Asking a lot of questions, forming, being interested in them. The biggest way that you can do this, in my opinion, is using scripts when you speak, when you prospect. Not necessarily just making conversation, but scripts when you talk about challenge groups. Because nothing will get a coach going on about themselves faster than not having a script. Oh my God. People just puking on people, all this information and all this stuff. And then what do people do? They hide from you because they think you're crazy. I have a strict rule that I never answer a question with an answer. I always answer with a question. And people say that sounds weird, or I've had a couple of coaches say, like, don't people get defensive? No. It does. They don't ever. I've never had an issue with it. 4 years, never an issue. Because what do I get? I get a customer that says to me, hey, can you send me a Shakeology sample? I would love to help you with that. Can I ask why you're interested in Shakeology? Sure, great. Tells me a little bit about it. Wow, is there a reason why you're working on that? Tells me a little bit more. Have you ever considered maybe having a little more support? Is that an issue for you? Tells me a little bit more. It actually sounds like it might be a really good fit for one of my support groups. Here's a little bit about what it is. Can I ask you some questions to see if that would fit for you? Yeah, sure. Great. Send over my little questionnaire, right? Hey, here's my recommendation. What do you think? How do you think I did? Does it sound like I got this right? Question, 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 question. Until the last thing is, okay, great. Should I send you over the link to join? Awesome. Here's all your information. Last question, even after that. Did this all make sense? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Is there anything that you need? Questions. I don't answer anybody's questions. They could ask me how much it costs. They could ask me what is in Shakeology. They could ask me anything. They're not getting an answer. It's not happening. They're getting another question. Because what happens is they give me everything. They feel important. They feel special. They feel listened to. And when I come back with that recommendation and I tell them all the things, why I made that recommendation for them, these are the 2 programs I think you should take a look at, they feel very validated, important, like I was listening, and I'm not just another number, like they're not another number to me, which I get all the time. So it's really important that you be interested. Now here's the thing. You have to get people to talk to you first in order to get to be interested, right? It's not like you're like just stalking them on their Facebook page being like, what are your kids wearing for Halloween? And it's like creepy and weird and they're just like, block. If they don't like you, they're not going to talk to you. Like, I don't know if you guys haven't heard that before, and maybe only person giving you feedback on your career so far is like your mom and she loves you and doesn't want to hurt your feelings. But like, if you're not awesome in general online, people don't want to be coached by you. Straight up. If you're like FML or sad face, or every time you get sick, you post it, or you're like, my toenail came off, look at this picture, and like, I can't even tell you what the stuff I see on the internet. Like, what is that? Or you're always posting crazy, like, one side or the other political stuff, like, or you share a bunch of weird news, like, or all you're sharing is stuff like this baby was kidnapped, and it's just like, it's not cool to be your friend. Like, I'm not excited to see your posts because you're kind of bringing me down. I don't go, oh God, she posted, I can't wait to read what she said. If I'm not doing that, it's going to be difficult for me to get really stoked about working with you. So I recommend that you guys rein it in and give yourself a system so you don't find yourself going all these places, right? My recommendation is that you create yourself what we call the 5 categories of you. 5 categories of you are very simple. Write down 5 things that you friggin' love. One of them is clearly going to be health and fitness. For most of us, family, relationships, going to be one of them. Even if you don't have kids, like relationships in general could be one. Religion is high up there, like your spirituality, whatever church you're going to, things like that. That is one that I see a lot. Fashion is a common one. Cooking, I love to cook. I love to cook paleo, so that's a big one for me. Finances, if you're good at finances, things that you give tips and you can provide value in that arena. Things that you're passionate about that don't really cross any lines. I have beliefs on a lot of things that only come up once in a while on my Facebook because it's not cohesive to a business. Shalene said it like the best I've ever heard her say it. And she was like, because Shalene is how she is, Shalene Johnson. She's like, grow up. You're running a business now. This is not your place to vent. This is not a place to share pictures of your kids with your family. This is not a place for any of that. You're running a business. If she said, if your mom wants to see a picture of your kids, send her a text. Your mom has a phone that gets texts, which was really funny. I was like, it's so true. Like, this is now your brand. This is your professional image. So treat it like one. Don't be fake, but think about what you post. Christine Dwyer actually said a really good line once. She just said, think about that. It's very possible this is the one time this person is ever going to see a post from you. Maybe their friend of a friend liked it or whatever. It's the one post they're ever going to see from you. Are you proud of it? Are you feeling like they want to reach out and get help from you? You think that they think that you're going to change their life? I don't know. If you are, rock solid. If you're not so much. So picking out your 5 categories will help you because then you don't stray. You can just check them off. Check them off. Okay, I got all 5 in today. Or maybe you do 5 over 2 days. Maybe you're not much of a poster. You do 3 and 2, whatever. but you just check them off. And then you don't go out in this crazy world of all these other things that you can post. By doing that, you can provide value. You can help people just by being yourself, just by existing, which is going to draw people to you. And if you provide people value like 80% of the time, 85% of the time, and then you say something like, hey, join my stuff, come to my free thing, get on my email list, whatever, they are going to be a jillion times more inclined to do that, to join you, right? Because they're like, I'm sure her group is going to be awesome. Just being her friend is awesome. I'm sure you have guys on your team too, but like, that's just my perception of it all. So like, if you think like you're writing the feeling, right? You get to pick a little face, pick a feeling. If that feeling is anything but happy, that's a no. That is not a post. That's an easy one right there. No. You are here to serve the world, not to bring them down. Remember that. Remember that. And that will take you far when being interesting. One thing I can say is you may want to go through your timelines if you have maybe been guilty of a few of these things and just delete some things, hide. You can hide things from your timeline. So if someone tags me in something and I don't want to be a jerk and be like, this is stupid, I don't want to see this, I'll just hide it from my timeline. It's like, if it's not appropriate or something. If I do all my recognition from Beachbody in one day, because I do it on Thursdays, I'll have 4 posts in a row. That's cool. But what if I just friended someone and they immediately went to my page and all they saw was that? They're going to be like, oh, one of those. So I don't delete them. I just hide them from my timeline. So if someone went directly to my timeline, it's not there. They just see a lot of value that I'm providing and maybe a recent call to action. So it's a nice way that you can go back and you can still have a little flexibility, go back and clean that up for new people who don't know you yet, okay? So that's be interested and be interesting. And that is the best way to sort of use the network that you have and continue to build. Remember, if you're adding those 2 or 3 new friends every day, you need to give them a reason to stay. So give them a reason to stay. It's very simple. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. I pull almost everything off Pinterest. Like, really, come on. Throw up like a workout selfie, throw up a food picture, you're pretty much good, right? Whatever your categories are. So now that you have this all going, you've got this awesome system, your network is growing, you're forming people, you're building relationships, and you're really feeling like you got friendships and it's really working out well. Not too many, so you don't feel overwhelmed, but just enough. And then people are really just like, hey, I love your posts. People are writing on your wall, oh, you always post the greatest stuff, or oh, I love your quotes, etc. You're in a really good spot, right? So once you have this, because I know some of you already do this, because I know there's a variety of coach levels on the call. Once you have this, what do you do to maximize it? And I think this is something that people usually this is where it falls apart. This is the piece that people, it falls apart. I don't even know what's happening. All of a sudden, coaches turn into like, they're posting links and, hey, this is on sale. As soon as a new challenge pack comes on sale, it's like pictures of DVDs and shakes and all this crap. And it doesn't. Nobody cares. The only people who care about that stuff are other Beachbody coaches, and they cannot make you any money. So do not put that up, okay? So I actually have a promotion, I guess, schedule, plan, if you will, that I follow for everything that I do. So I run a free 5-day the last day of the month. And that gets me into Success Club my first week, because all those people end up buying challenge packs the first week of the month, right? I also run a sneak peek every month for my team, which is all about coaching. And of course, I have a week where I promote the paid challenge as well. And it's just this cycle that I go through, and it never changes. I make a little calendar for my team. They know when it starts. They follow it or they don't. I don't know. It's their thing. But I know I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. You want to come? So what I do is I look at when it starts, and I work backwards. How do I want to promote it? So if it was a paid challenge, I might do it a little bit sooner than if it was a free challenge, right? Because they need time to order and script through all that. Free challenge, it's a very short amount of time, right? So for example, here's how I would promote a free 5-day clean eating challenge or meal planning challenge. First thing I would do is I would work my way backwards 1 week. So if I know it starts on Monday, my deadline, I'm going to have, it's going to be closed that weekend. This isn't some last minute people are joining and freaking out they can't buy the food for the thing and all this. It's going to be closed before that. So I'm going to go all the way to the Sunday beforehand. I'm going to say, okay, Sunday night after dinner, people are screwing out on their phone. This is my prime time. This is my spot. That's when I'm going to start. And I'm not going to say, who wants to join my challenge? I'm not going to say that. If anybody follows me on Creating a Destiny, you'll see this. You'll never see that from me. What you'll see is, hey guys, if I put together a quick little free 5-day thing on Facebook here, I'm going to teach you some meal planning, give you a shopping list, some recipes, we'll have some fun prizes, and I'll give you like a challenge buddy. Would you be interested? Why is that different than, hey, join my challenge? I am asking them a question, so they have to interact with my post, right? So where people will see it. I am leading with what they get. They don't know what challenge is. Like, what, you guys, if you use a word like challenge, do you understand that, like, everything that person's ever experienced with the word challenge is now coming into what you're doing? If they've had a bad experience with challenges, a good experience with challenge, whatever's going on with the word challenge in their head, it's now associated with your post. Lead with the benefits. Lead with what they're getting. They know what they want. What do I get? I get 30 comments. Oh my God, I need to learn how to meal plan so bad. Oh, I never know what to buy at the grocery store. Oh, like, I'm leading with what they want, and those people who I'm going to be able to help with that group, they want that, so they comment. And what I do is I actually individually friend or message every one of those people so that we can start the process. And I'm really simple on my 5-day. I'm just like, sign up for a Beachbody account and shoot me a text when you're done. And then here's the link. That way I have their phone number. If they end up buying anything, they're under me and they're in the group. It's not like a big to-do to get into the group. So that would be the Sunday before. On Monday, I would do an additional post. And that post would probably have a before and after picture of myself, some sort of transformation photo of either myself or a challenger that has been through one of my groups. Simply saying that, because the before and after pictures get so much attention, you don't have to like pay to boost them or anything. And I can tag myself in it from my personal page and stuff like that. So before and after pictures, like, huge. So I'll put that up on Monday and say, I know it's not easy to get started. I personally had to learn a lot of stuff. I had to learn meal planning. I had to learn meal prep. I had to learn how to shop. Like, is that you? Is that something that you need? Again, leading with the benefits, but putting it into more of a story and expanding it a little bit. Like, here's what I'm doing. That's going to catch a different audience, a different type of person, and it's going to be a different time, right? So that's Monday. So what am I going to do the next day? The next day, I'm going to go into my email list, and I'm going to find my customers who aren't in my challenge groups already, or, they haven't bought anything. They just signed up for like my newsletter, or they're just like the ones that are assigned to from Beachbody, right? The free ones or whatever. And I'm going to send them an email, and it's going to have a really good subject line like, hey, did you want to join us for the meal planning group next week? That sounds like I'm emailing them specifically, because they're like, oh, what? She's inviting me to something. Like, I want to do that. And I'm going to get some interest going with the current list that I already have of non-paying customers. Hey, they're already on my list. Let's get them working with me, right? So I'm going to invite them. And then the final step would be, let's see what day was that. That was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Wednesday night, I would post a reminder, and I would say something like, hey guys, like, totally, like, quick note, I'm not sure if you saw the post. I'm doing a meal planning challenge next week. If you want in, text me. Okay, so now I'm going a whole different direction, right? So I'm covering every form of communication, every night of the week, every different tactic, short, long, etc., so that I'm building. So I might have one of those posts fall a little flat and only get 3 or 4 people that want to join my thing. But together, the compound effect of all of those things together is going to be huge. What does that let me do? Wednesday night, I posted a reminder. I still have Thursday and Friday to follow up with every one of those people. Maybe they emailed and it fell off, the conversation fell off, whatever's going on. So I'm not freaking out, totally stressed out of my mind, going, I'm not going to be able to start this group. I don't need people to put in it. Like, what are we doing? I'm just going to have to cancel it. And like, this is all screwed. Because I have all this time. And I didn't overwhelm myself either. There was not any one day where I had too many people to talk to or too many people to answer. Which I know some of you guys are like, that's a problem I wish I had. No, you don't. Because you know how pissy people get when you leave them waiting for a day? They don't have to work with you. So if you can schedule it out and keep it nice and even, then you can work your business in your power hour and not have to be like, guess I'm not sleeping tonight because I decided to promote everywhere at once. And then, of course, you'd want to work in your other social media channels. Like, when's a good time to throw up something on Instagram? When's a good time to, throw up something on Twitter, whatever you do. Share it on Pinterest, etc. I repeat this process for every single group. You can see that at no point did I ever mention Beachbody, mention Shakeology, put a picture up of a DVD set, put a picture up of Shakeology, kiss my Shakeology cup, or anything else creepy and weird like that, okay? I am leading 100% with the benefit. So I have this huge network that I've built one person at a time over 4 years, one person at a time. And it's my job to funnel them through my process that I've built. So what do? I get really interested in them and I shut my mouth when I'm talking to them. And then I make sure that everything I post is valuable. It doesn't waste their time. It's at least entertaining, educational, inspiring, something, or helps them connect with me as a person. Vulnerability is very, very good in this business. And then I use a strategic promotion schedule to bring that all together so that I don't have to work for my Success Club points. You guys I don't even know where your guys' performance levels are, but I had to be at Tony Robbins last Wednesday. What was that? The third? I don't know. I don't know what the day was. So last Wednesday, I left for New York, which means I wanted to have all my Success Club points done by the time I left. So it was the 4th, March 4th. I was like, well, I'm not going to go on a trip without hitting Success Club 10. I did this exact process. I had 25 Success Club points on the 4th of the month. The 4th. I'm sitting pretty. I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the month if I don't want to. Now, I don't work that way. It's not my style. But this process can eliminate being frazzled, feeling stressed, freaking out. It eliminates the guesswork, and it provides you a system. These are my 5 categories. These are the people I'm forming today. This is the thing I'm doing today. I have 30 freaking minutes to work this business. This is all I have to do today. And it can help you just focus in and zone in on what you need to do to hit your goals. And if you do it in the right way, you'll always make Success Club so early in the month that you're good. You're not freaking out. You never get desperate. You never get weird. You're just working your business, and it's just cycling through the way that ideally it should. So I did all of that in 30 minutes. What? That's so impressive. I'm so impressed with myself right now. So that is all I had on that. I'm sweating. Sorry. I'm weird sick, so I look really pale. I'm creeped out by that. But so that's what I had on presenting yourself on social media, networking, and promoting yourself. Does anyone have any questions? Did anyone pass out from trying to take notes that fast?
Yeah, Amber, I've got a question. This is John Tantillo.
Go for it.
So talk a little bit about how you use your like page and your personal page simultaneously. So what do you put on which?
Okay. So I do on my personal page, I set my intention every morning, which is a personal development thing that I do where I'm like, this is how my day is going to go, whatever. I share that. And at the end of the night, I share my 3 things I'm grateful for every night. And then I usually will share my Instagram posts to my Facebook to get more followers on Instagram. And my Beachbody recognition. Anything for my team. Personal page. That's it. Stuff like we go on a date or whatever, it's selfie, date night, etc. That kind of stuff goes on there. But my workout pictures, post-workout pictures, my stories, before and after pictures, motivational quotes and all that go on my like page, and then I tag myself in them. So if you're friends with me, you're going to see it anyway. You can't avoid it.
Right. All right, thanks.
For sure. Yeah. If you guys don't know, you can tag yourself on your like page photos. You have to do it not from the page manager, but from the actual Facebook application. Go to your page and tag it. It's the only way to do it. You can't do it on the computer, and you can't do it on the page manager.
Amber, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I think I'm getting at this point, I'm an Emerald coach. I'm fairly new and definitely small. I am getting a good amount of people into my 14-day, I'm doing 14-day free challenges. Brand new people, I think for the one next week, I've got a dozen, which for me is pretty good. My difficulty now is converting them into then paid customers. What kind of information or sort of how do you lead them there during your challenge?
Got it. Okay. So I do 5 days, but it's actually 9 days if you think about it, because they have to be in by Saturday, and we actually do like a winner and all this stuff. We do a weigh-in on Saturday and a winner on Sunday, so it ends up being 9 days. But it's a 5-day challenge because it's easy to commit to. The meal plan that I created for them to follow is the 21-day fix meal plan. So they are already kind of understanding that it's all colored and everything. So they understand that. In my groups, I do 4 posts a day in my free challenge. One of them is a roll call, so they get to see what the accountability would be like to work with me. The other is a get to know you question so that they can experience the other kind of people that are in the group with them. So it's tell us about your kids, tell us about your pets, whatever. The third is the winner of the previous day. I do a winner every day. For having perfect check-in, we do a raffle, things like that. And the fourth is the key. The fourth is going to be my Beachbody related post. And from like the second I open the group, I'm like, hey, this is what's happening. Here's what I'm going to provide you. I'm going to post once a day about what I do. If they don't like that, like they need to leave, because it's sort of to me like you're listening to Pandora with the ads. If you don't like it, then pay. Like, what? That's too bad. So they know. So I set the expectation so it's not weird. And so then the second day, is it the second day? I know I use the like what Shakeology can do for you video, and I give them, it's a prize. Hey guys, watch the video, tell me your 3 favorite things. Everyone who watches it goes into a raffle for a prize. Then I do a challenge group post. Hey, here's what my long challenge groups look like. Here's a little video. Watch it. Tell me if you think that would benefit you. There's a prize. What is coaching? I do what do I do? Like a what is coaching video. I do the intro to Team Beachbody, and then I do a video about my story. Again, watch it. There's a prize. I'm like, you want some stuff? Watch my videos. And then my last question is not Beachbody related, but it's like, it's okay. You guys have done amazing. Like, I'm so proud of you. Here's some great stuff that happened this week. Super excited. Can you please tell me the 3 things that you're going to commit to doing going forward when this group ends? And that's on Friday. So they have to really think about, like, this group's over. Crap. Wait. What am I going to do when it's gone? And then on Saturday we do a weigh-in and I do a raffle, and Sunday we close it up. And then no one's allowed to talk in the group. I close everything. I close the wall. The coaches that have been running it with me, not allowed in there. I even changed the name to like X close to like make it so final that they're like, what? I miss you. Where did you go? And then I text every single one of them outside the group and congratulate them on how much they lost and how good they did on their points. And I ask them, when do you want to start in a longer group? I'm like, congratulations, Terry, you did so well. Oh, you lost 3 pounds. That's incredible. I'm so proud of you. And God, you crushed your points. When did you want to start your paid? No, I don't say paid. Don't say that. When did you want to start your longer group? And I'm just like, so this is happening. Like, it's happening. It doesn't even, it's not an option. Like, they don't, and I mean, it's an option, obviously, but that's my job. That's my job to inform, facilitate that movement, and continue them through. Absolutely, like, because I know my objective. You know your objective. Like, I want to help people. So do you. So, ask you about both. Does that help? Does that make sense?
Super helpful. Thank you so much.
For sure. Shit, no. I mean, don't say shit. Okay, you guys. Here's how I look at it. They can't miss you if you don't leave. Right? They can't miss you if you don't leave. Have you ever, okay, for those of us who have significant others, have you ever been on a trip and they're like calling you and texting you and they've only been gone like 2 days and you're like, I don't miss you yet. Like, I'm not interested. Like, I don't miss you yet. I still love you. Still want to be married to you when I get home. But it's been 2 days. Like, I saw your face like every day for 7 months. Like, I'll miss you on maybe day 4. I don't miss you yet. I have to take that away from them. So here's what I do. Let's say they say, I have a free accountability group. I also have a page. They can be friends with me. They can follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. I mean, these people are not abandoned when I leave, right? So here's what I do though. I have a free accountability group. Anybody who's gone through a challenge group is allowed to go in there, but only if they tell me no after I've scripted them. So if I said, when's your next group? We started chatting and they said, oh man, did not see $205 coming. That was not in the budget. And they freak out, right? And I push back and it goes however it goes. And the answer is just, not right now. I say, you know what? When do you think you can make it a priority? If you have a date that you think it might work, I can actually put you in this group just to stay in touch with me until you're ready. So I don't act like it's forever. I get a date that I can follow up with them. And, whatever. It's not everyone buys something, right? And I put people who graduate groups and stuff in there. It's just kind of a place to just kind of pop in and see people answer questions, post recipes, whatever. But it's like, you have to move into that group. I'm sorting. You remember I said I'm always sorting? So there's no okay, just hang out and have a good time. No, get out. You want to play with me, you have to pay. That's just how it works. I'm busy. I gave you a very valuable week. It's kind of a week that could change everything for you. If you've never planned a meal before and you learn meal planning, that could change your life. You got all the value that you're getting for this. And I don't apologize for that.
So Amber, what if they want to get back in your next free group?
No. What? What? I would never. Why? What do they need? No. I can't. No. I can't even. No. Cannot. So I'm gonna hold myself together. Think of doing free groups on the event wall? No. That's because okay, think about this, you guys. Well, okay, but you're a guy. So whoever asked that was a guy, I think. Or was it a guy? Or was it a girl? I don't know. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say, and you can take it as you will. In general, women like to keep that stuff private. And they really like the security of knowing that no one can see it. They really do. I might post updates. If I make an event page, I might post updates at the end, oh my God, out of the 150 people that actually joined the group, they lost 600 pounds, whatever. I'm so excited. If you guys didn't make it into this group, definitely email me. We'll get you into the next one. Use it as marketing. But for the most part, I ask personal questions. What's your biggest struggle? Why did you join this group? The get to know you questions are, I'm gonna get all up in their business because I want them to feel bonded. And I give everyone a buddy. I give everyone a challenge buddy that's in their time zone and either has kids or doesn't. So they can have a person. And I just feel on an event page, you lose a lot of that intimacy and that relationship building, and people will be less open. But men are very different. Men are very different in the weight loss world. So for that, I don't know. So whoever that was. Someone asked me something else, but then it went away. I don't know where the chats go. Raffles? Shakeology samples. A cute little recipe card and a good job. And which, I could do a whole video on why I don't think we should send Shakeology samples out, but I like to repeatedly say, oh my God, we're going to send you Shakeology, and make it the biggest deal in the world for all 5 days. So, works out. Keep track of everything? Well, we have a roster that they put their name on. So okay, how does it go? It's a Google Doc, public Google Doc, anyone can see it. And well, not public, for me. For the people in the group, they can see it. And they put their name, whatever, all the stuff, right? Now, if I'm in a paid group, then they keep track of their points every day and they go update their points. And there's this fun point system. I do a weekly winner. And it's so cute. You get points for posting your workout, and you get points for sharing a recipe, and you get points for helping your fellow challengers and all this cute stuff. And they keep track of it. I don't have to do that. Which that's just me priming them to be coaches. That's all that is. I don't want to do everything for them, and then they become coaches, and then they're wait, I have to do stuff myself. It doesn't work. So if they take responsibility for themselves and they just get used to being recognized for their behavior, then that's how coaching works. You do your work by yourself, and we recognize you publicly for your behavior. So I'm just training them. In the free 5-day though, we just do the attendance. They do a roll call at night. I have 4 questions. They rate themselves 1, 2, 3, 4. I write their points in the thing, and then we pick a winner every day from the people who all had all 4s. So I don't know. And then it has a little column for how much they lost or whatever, just so I can so I can text them later and congratulate them and do like the whole group lost this much weight together and stuff like that, other marketing type stuff. Oh, somebody left. They're like, no, I don't have anything else. What kind of Beachbody posts do you do? Okay. Do you mean recognition for my team? Because if you were, just to be clear, nowhere in anything that I said would you ever have posted anything about Beachbody. People have no idea I'm a Beachbody coach. They're like, what? What is? All people are like, what is this? I get the people who have never heard of Beachbody. They don't know what's going on, and they're like, what? Oh, Shakeology? I never heard of that. Like, I don't get the people who are like, I already have a coach. They don't have a clue. They have no idea. They don't have any idea what I'm doing. So I do Wine Glass Wednesday for Shakeology. Super fun. I've been doing it for like 3 years. That's probably the only Beachbody post that ever goes up. And it's really fun because all my challengers do it too, and all my coaches do it too. Although today they were like failing. It's like 20 on there. But they post a picture of their Shakeology in a wine glass too. And that gets me a lot of questions about what Shakeology is. But I'll say something like yesterday, like I was sick yesterday, right? So I wrote, oh, like one of the 3 things I'm most grateful for. I slip a lot of Beachbody stuff in there. Oh, because Beachbody's paying for me to go to Cancun, right? Or, oh, because I think I'm like grateful for Shakeology today because I had it twice because I'm dying, like I'm sick. And, you know, I could put that in there. And people go, oh, what is that? But I never post anything about Beachbody at all. Like you'll never see me be like, this is on sale. I don't even know what's on sale. Like, I don't even know how much anything costs. No, guys, I never post anything. No, one of my 5 things is health and fitness, but it's not Beachbody. No. I talk about, like, I can mentor you. I'd like to, like, if I'm recruiting for coaches, I don't say I want you to come be a coach on my team. I say, I'm looking for 5 women to personally mentor in fitness, finances, relationships, and emotional well-being, because that's what I do. I'm not a Beachbody coach. Come on now. Yeah, I work out. I post on workouts. I do. I post sweaty pictures and I put cute little quotes on them. I'm like, whatever they say, you know, whatever rough thing I'm having the day. I don't talk about Beachbody. Why do they need to know? If I post the workout, here's my concern with that. Right now I'm doing 21 Day Fix Extreme. There's like 1% of the population that I think that's a good program for. First program I ever did was P90X. I was like 250 pounds. Don't do that. Like, these are not good ideas for people to do, right? So if I say I'm doing it, people go, what do? They go, I want to do that. They take their ass over to Google. They buy it from somewhere. I don't know where. And they try to do it, and they fail, and they feel like a failure. And I never got to talk to them. I never asked them their why. I never asked what they were working on. I never got to use my experience in my journey to help anyone because I'm throwing out names. I did a beta test for Max 30, and I only put I maxed out in the hashtag. Never mentioned Max 30. So Beachbody coaches knew what it was, but nobody else did. Nobody knew. But people would message me because they saw my results, or they saw I was working out every day, or they just wanted to get motivated. And whatever I was doing was motivating them. So no, I don't ever post about workout program names. Why? They're just going to Google it and go buy it off freaking eBay. That doesn't happen to my team all the time. They're like, so-and-so bought it off Amazon. And I'm like, that's your fault. That's your fault. You didn't talk to them. You didn't give them an exact link. You didn't make a recommendation. You didn't build a relationship. It doesn't happen to me. So, no, I never do that. I say, like, even when I started this, I had just started the 21 Day Fix group, and it's Extreme and 21 Day Fix together. We got like 60 people in there doing the program. And even when I kicked off that group, I was so excited. I didn't expect that much of a turnout for that group. I wrote my 3 grateful things. I'm so excited that we started our 21-day extreme group. No, what did I say? Whatever, it's on my Facebook. You can see it. No. But it was basically like, I'm so excited about this new 21-day thing we're doing. But I didn't say fix, I didn't say extreme, I didn't say Beachbody, I didn't say anything. Because I want people to go, well, what is that? I want to do that. What does that mean? Because I want to talk to them. Why? Because what's going to happen? I never answer a question without another question, right? So if they ask me a question, I ask them a question. And the next thing you know, bam, they're in a challenge pack and they're in a challenge group and they have no idea what just happened. They're like, whoa. But they know it's going to be amazing and they're excited, but they're, I tell people all the time, when my new coaches in Coach Basics, or kickoff to coaching is what we call it, they're all fussed about, I don't know enough information. I ask them, I'm like, did you even know what Shakeology was when you joined my group? And they're like, no. I'm like, so who cares? Whatever. Did you get great results? Yes. Okay. Who cares? Like, it's about, like, what are you offering them? What are you going to give them? I lead with my groups. I lead with my coaching. I lead with challenges. I lead with the community. I do not care about the products. Like, they're amazing. But people can go running for free and lose weight anytime they want. Why don't they do it? They don't have the support. They don't have the accountability. They don't have the community. That's what I provide. I'm here to change people's lives, not sell them shakes. And if I don't put it out that way, I will never get the chance to do that. So I don't talk about Beachbody.
Amber, I just want to say you are amazing.
Thank you.
So yeah, I love the way you talk and your attitude, and you're like, screw them. but you get results. So that's great.
Yes, and you guys, you have to understand that it's one thing to be sure and confident and authoritative. It's another to be a complete asshole, right? Like it's about knowing that you have a responsibility to these people. You have decided to be a coach. So go out there and do it. Be authoritative. Tell them what they need to do. If they were going to do it on their own, they'd Google it. You are not a brochure, okay? You are a coach. Get in there and tell them what they need to do. Lead them. Give them the next step. That is your responsibility. Tell them what you can do for them, and then get them to do that with you. It's not about, like, making sales and all this stuff. And if they're not interested, go find someone who is. And that's why I had this attitude about, like, no, they need to go, because my time is valuable and I do good work. These are amazing groups and we have incredible products. I am not interested in spending what little time I have with people who are not serious. You guys don't have any more time either. You're working, you have kids, you have relationships, you're on your own fitness journey. It's not worth it. I assure you the $30 you're going to make from that Shakeology is not worth putting up with someone who doesn't see the value in what you're doing, what you're providing. So lead with the value, and then you'll only get people that see the value, in my opinion. I'm all fired up about that. I'll stop now. I mean, I'm going to have to go to bed after this and be all hyped up. Any more questions, guys?
Yeah, we have 4 minutes left, so maybe another couple questions. Anyone?
On your longer groups, do you do the club Beachbody meal planner? No, sure don't. But I give them extra points for putting up their meal plan, because I teach meal planning, right? Like, it's important to me that people understand that you can't just be like, I don't know, I'm going to eat whatever I want. So they get a lot of points on the roster for posting their own meal plan, and they have mine as an example. But I mean, I got to beta test on demand, and I'm flipping excited. Like, I sent all my customers emails telling them to upgrade to club. The residual income, I don't know if you guys are math people. I'm naturally very much a sapphire. I'm not a math person until it comes to money. Then my Ruby comes flying out, and I'm like, let's talk. I did the math on what my level of Success Club points would look like with on-demand residuals from all of those customers who are on Success Club, and it was like $27,000 or something. What, really? So I'm pushing it now. I mean, I love it. It was really cool to be able to beta test it. And like, I was doing P90X3 at the time, take it to the gym, made a bunch of contacts at the gym. So excited. I will not go on an hour call about on-demand, but I'm saying that is something that I'm pushing now, because they get 10% off their Shakeology, and now it's actually worth something, right? Like, they actually get something awesome. So the on-demand's gonna be pretty cool for that. The meal planner, though, like, does anyone even know how to use that thing? One of my coaches made us a 20-minute instructional video on how to use the meal planner. That's not a good meal planner if it takes 20 minutes. Oh, Cassie, your chat is too long for my little tiny square. I'm sorry, I can't read that. It's like, I only can see this much on my phone. So it said free group, closing it, I don't know.
It says, so I have a free 30-day group, but have just kept that group open and added people to my February group. Now how should I go about closing it?
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure like how to go about doing that. I don't know how to close that.
That is awkward. Well,
Just exit all out like Amber does and put closed and
you got
But I mean, like,
leave the group.
I've been individually messaging like at least 2 people a day, and like talking to them and just seeing how the challenge is going for them and everything. But I don't know how like.
So if I was in that particular situation, what I would do is, I would stop adding people, maybe change the name to something really generic. Like, Cassie's whatever. I like alliteration, so something fun with a C. And then have that be the place where you put graduates. And then in the description part where you can say what it is, just maybe re-explain what the group is for.
Okay.
And then just kind of pull back on what you're offering in there. Maybe only go in there once a day. I use a lot of stuff from like the Coach article links site, the recipes and the links, and that's the kind of stuff I drop in the free group. Just like once a day, like, here you go. I Hootsuite the thing for like 100 days. And they know if they need me, it's probably not the best place to ask. They should probably text me, so my contact information is in there.
Do you leave like your phone number like completely on there?
Well, I use Google Voice.
Oh, okay.
So it's not real. So that's why I said I'm going to text my husband. I didn't pull up my phone. I went onto my computer. I use Google Voice. I have for years. I used it way before Beachbody, back when I did digital marketing for a living. And I love it because I can send long text messages. I can text every one of my challengers, copy paste, like the whole thing. Have lots of conversations going. And it's like more like an instant messenger. And it goes on my phone too if I want it. But favorite part, you can turn it off. So if you're out and you're like, don't bother me, turn that shit off. Like,
Okay.
it's my favorite part of the whole
I need that then.
thing. It's free. It's really cool. I like it.
Okay, well, I think that's it, and we're out of time. So thank you very much, Amber.
You're welcome.
We love what you had to say, and we greatly appreciate you coming on to our call.
Awesome.
Thanks, Amber.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Amber.
I'm going to get out of here now.